Hello, and welcome to the Druidic Stormcloud channel, where I'll be playing some Final Fantasy XIV. I am sorry for the slightly late start to the game, and to go over the details of the class I will be using for the first time in order to get through that dungeon. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the game. I think I have a handle on it after all. The Sage class. An interesting one indeed. And our weapon is, in fact, that. And now it is at level 70, but it shouldn't level up too much from just one thing. You'll notice I'm in Gridania, my home city in this game. But we should teleport right to the location as we now have a item level able to actually do the dungeon. So, let's go ahead and try this with the default assistance. And when I get out, I will randomize my minion. Currently, it is still the kitten. Go. We have that on him. It seems like it's not even a timed one either. We are literally healing as we deal damage with this, so this is good. Attack. Prognosis as well, AoE skill. Diagnosis kills a single target. And since we have the tank as our marked kill target, They are defeated and more have arrived. Oh no, I am petrified. There we go. We defeated all of them. I think Sage is manageable. Sage is it's a simple enough class or job to utilize. You have a target that you automatically heal as you deal damage to enemies. That is your key point to ensure this. It's what makes you different from other healers. Honestly, healing as you deal damage is great. I mean, yeah, you don't have any...
I will crush you underfoot! Savages.
Oh.
In the name of the Emperor!
We have a Imperial indeed.
There is nowhere to run!
After all, there are 3 groups currently trying to acquire what lies within. Ourselves, the Empire, and what remains of the Holy See.
In the name of the Emperor! Enough!
Which should actually cause them to heal as well.
Can you withstand this? In the name of the Emperor!
Alright, we have defeated that one. With no treasure coffer to now. This is not going to get us any gear. Let's keep going. The bioweapon research. Allegia was not known for being a peaceful empire. In fact, I don't believe any empire has ever been peaceful when you think on it. too many enemies. Alright, now I can focus on doing some damage as well. Research again. Wait. Nope, I'm going the right way. Alright. Another biocoaster. On them, but should be fine. He has second wind to heal up a little bit if they know to use it. I'm liking the sage. I'm not gonna lie, I am liking the sage job. I'm gonna turn the audio for the game down a little bit. It's up in the yellow, so it might have drowned me out a bit. And it could probably have hurt people's ears. And continue on. We're going to get interrupted here. We're not getting interrupted here. What the heck? Oh, there's a boss. That's why we're not getting interrupted. Okay, so the only complaint I have about Sage class is we don't have a damage over time. That's also because our initial base damage one actually heals one target in our party, which, let's be honest, we're picking the tank for that. Okay, a shape-shifting Hydra monster, that is interesting. And I'm petrified. Don't know if there had been a notification as to that happening, but I'm going to be paying more attention from now on. We also do not have an Asuna. Okay, you need healing big time. Alright, we defeated it. And still, no treasure chest. Now, we had this happen in another dungeon, didn't we? One that also involved the Empire. That's right. Final Dungeon of a Story did not have treasure chests. Alright. That was easy enough. Okay. Being able to heal as you deal damage is great. Honestly, I feel like having more quick tongue materia on your stuff in this job would be, oh, just great, really. Lift terminal. Okay. And petrified again. Okay. All right. I like the Sage job. This is my first time actually using it, as you probably noticed from having no experience on the base level of 70. And yeah. Let's take these semi-mindless NPCs into the next area. Oh, the last area, the Ethereum. This isn't ominous at all.
The champion of Hydaelyn.
Tell me, why do you despise the primals so? They are the embodiment of mortal will, of mortal desire. Plainly, you desire a foe to despise, and 'tis well that you do, for it is from the vortex of ceaseless conflict that Lord Zodiark shall be reborn.
Through the joining, the world shall become whole again. Then all shall be as once it was, as it should ever have remained.
For the glory of Lord Zodiac.
Your meddling ends here and now, warrior of light.
Alright, 2 Asians are the boss. Okay. La Brea. La Brea has been a annoyance of ours for a while now. Oh.
Darkness shall consume light.
There. Oh, they're targeting her. Okay. This should be... Yep. Okay, they're smashing into each other now.
Mortal scum!
Oh. Will it be here or will it be... Oh, it's right by them. Okay.
Know your place.
Okay, we need to get close to these ones. And I got defeated. Okay. Alright, let's try again. Oh. Alright, here.
Darkness shall consume light.
No, no, no. Gotta get out of here. Alright, there we go. Oh, the lines are there, so I need to get over here.
Mortal scum!
Alright, we have to get into the circle where they will explode from to not get hit by them.
Know your place.
We have to gather up here. There we go. So that's what that mechanic is. We still get hit if we're outside of the circle over there. Alright.
Chaos shall reign forevermore.
Over here.
Your light shall burn no more.
Nope. Getting out of here. There we go. Oh, they're targeting La Brea more? No, it was a matter of getting both of them down. Okay.
Such strength, it defies all reason.
No, I will not be bested by the likes of them. La Habrea, it is time.
Very well. Let us show these mortals the true power of the Echo.
Oh.
The power to break down the barriers of existence.
Is this similar to what Lady Iceheart did? I wonder.
I am become you.
And we are become one.
Well, it's a fusion one. Okay. Ascian Prime. Alright, our Marauder here still has the buff on him. Alright. Okay. Okay. Oh. That gives us barely any time. Okay. 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 Let's keep with our teammates here. Okay. He is using some very powerful abilities. Okay. Come on. Oh, come on! That was bad. That... Alright, I needed to heal myself up to max before that happened, I guess. Alright. How did I die that time? Okay. Oh, I must have been in that. That's the only thing that makes sense, anyway. Okay. And I'm dead. Okay. Okay. Oh, come on! I started just too late to run and... Okay. Okay, this is getting annoying. I missed the avoid it if you're not a tank one. Okay. Okay, I barely made it out of that. Alright, now we're at half-ish. We have to get away from each other. Okay. 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 Lucid dreaming. Okay. We might be able to do this. This is gonna be tricky. Oh no, 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 it's the fire first! It's the fire first, really? Oh. Okay, we have to start from the top. Okay. Note the fire first. Then ice. What the heck? Now you're doing fire first on the first one? What the heck? What the heck? What the heck? I hate this guy! I hate the Asian Prime! Oh, come on! Okay. I hate the Asian Prime. Okay? That's all there is to it. I hate him. Alright, are we going... Where are we going? We're going out first. Okay. And we need to go in. Okay, there we go. Right. Seriously, none of them... Usually the NPCs will go to you when you have one of those. Okay. Why are NPCs getting dumber as it goes? Why? Which is going to move first? But they're going to the center. These are moving first. Okay. I need to go to the center to get them to even do anything about this. Now I need to diagnose this myself. What the heck? It chained me together with someone, and they just kept getting closer to me. Apparently we need to be further apart. That mechanic came out of nowhere. Here we come with this. He's gonna do the fire and ice thing. Alright, it's gonna be the center one first. Now, they're okay. Oh. Why are we getting all the way away from him? Okay, we have this again. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, we're all the way over there. No, they haven't moved yet. Yeah, they're going over there. Okay. Fire first. Now get to the center. Yes! We're gonna do it this time. We're gonna do it this time. We did it! Oh, thank the gods and all that. Ay, ay, ay. Oh. That took longer than it should have. Okay. You're still alive? You're dividing back into the two.
That she might regain the blessing of light I had foreseen. But she has grown so strong in it as to deny us our power.
Let us withdraw, La Habrea. That power remains to us, at least. Impossible!
One more Ascian destroyed.
So, you harnessed the eye's power. A pity you spent it all. What will you do now, hero?
So, not even the vaunted warrior of light can unmake an Ascian without relying upon mortal contrivances. In the distant past, King Thordan and his knights 12 fought and defeated Nidhogg. Though the victory cost them dear, they were rewarded with a great prize, the Dread Worm's Eyes, both of which have since been held in the Holy Sea's safekeeping. The eye you possess was Nidhogg's left, and long has it served as the source of the Azure Dragoon's might. As for its twin, it has lain here, joined to the person of Haldreth, the first Azure Dragoon. For though he learned to harness its power, he was ultimately consumed by it. Even in death, his body decays not. A pitiful end for a fabled hero. My Ascian friend, long have you and your kind sown the seeds of chaos by teaching mortals the secrets of summoning. But if you assumed that we would meekly serve as your pawn, then you are gravely mistaken.
You would raise a hand against us?
I don't like you, but I'm respecting
By
this
taking
decision.
unto my flesh the soul of the legendary King Gordon, I can become a god.
knows not cessation, whose being is sustained by a millennium of fervent prayer, and the eye's nigh bottomless reservoir of ether.
So he's doing this because he's afraid of death. That's part of it, at least.
Your contempt for man has proven your undoing, Ascian. For my first act as God King, I do hereby sentence you to die. Gods feed upon ether. It matters not what form that ether takes. Ascian souls are no exception. With this power, I shall put an end to 1,000 years of conflict. Be they sown by Ascian, Dragon, or Primal, wheresoever the seeds of chaos threaten to quicken, I shall excise them with my divine blade and bring order to the world. I have become that which you abhor, warrior of light. If you would take issue with my godhood, I shall answer you with my blade.
Okay. Okay, the Singularity Reactor apparently is one that we need to have an actual party of people to do. Yep. Yeah, it's a full party. Okay. Alright, so what I'm also going to do later on today, after this I think, is I'm going to take up the Reaper job that is available in Theoden, in Ul'dah. And yes, it did teleport us all the way here, too. I'm not sure what this gauge is for the Sage job, but I do know that Euristia gives us this, which empowers several abilities. Oh, I have 2 prognosis set up here. I do have Asuna. I didn't see any blue bars above some of them, though. go with physics 2. There. Physics 2 is now there. Now we have Swiftcast there, which you can use in a combination with Rise. So what can we put in place of Physics 2 there? Alright, so we have to wait. Let's actually take the moment to travel to Ul'dah. In fact, let's take a moment to actions and traits, general, Minion Roulette. We have the pup. We went from kitten to puppy. All right. And Mount Roulette. Alright, let's go forth and let's travel towards Ul'dah while we wait for anyone to join the queue. This has always been a problem. Okay. All right. Eastern Thalen, Denelin. Alright. We just have to get to Ul'dah. I don't know how long it's going to take for anyone to join the party. Average wait time, it says it's 8 minutes, but I feel like it's been longer already. Alright, we are at Central. Okay, we have to go around here, then head straight to the city. Easy enough. Simple enough. Don't need the map for that. Literally right there. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and grab this quest. I don't know if we'll be able to finish it before this, but... You there! You're the fighting sort, yes? And... Wait, is it a female attendant or a male attendant? Male, okay. You there, you're the fighting sort, yes? And by the look of it, one of no mean skill. My employer is in desperate need of a woman of your talent. You see, he's been beset by threats from an unsavory group of thugs known as the Lemures. Their leader demands my master part with some of his considerable wealth, or, well, I'll tell you they call her the Reaper, and leave the rest to your imagination. We don't intend to acquiesce to these churlish demands without a fight, and a stout arm at our side would go far to ensure our survival. Your arm, perhaps? In any case, the opportunity to perform a good deed isn't... in case the opportunity to perform a good deed isn't enticement enough, please be reminded that my master possesses considerable wealth. If you would aid us, come with haste to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, where we make our stand against these brutes. Right, the Sapphire Exchange is in fact here. Ah, you! I know why you're here, and if you mean to lay a finger on my coin purse, you'll have to pry it from my cold, lifeless... Master, she's a friend. This adventure has agreed to help. We'll show the Reaper what her empty intimidations are worth. Ah, I see. My apologies, madams. The tensions have been high as of late. I'm, as I'm sure you can understand. For reasons that elude me, these Lemiris have made my life a waking nightmare. A sight unseen, they have demanded I begin paying them for the luxury of my own life. Rumors abound of their origins. Some say they are detritus of some barbaric nation. They flout our laws and threaten their betters with impunity. They're led by a dead-eyed killer who draws her sight at the smallest slight. Refuse their payment of coin, and she takes her share of your lifeblood instead. Rubbish, I say. The Reaper is naught but a toothless bandit. Interesting theory you have there. Care to test it? You're the Reaper! Oh, you're a perceptive one, aren't you? Suppose that's how you came to be in possession of so many shiny things. And what do we have here? Hiring more help while our ledgers remain unbalanced. You wouldn't be trying to wriggle your way out of paying us for a job well done, would you? What was all this about sight unseen? My. Do you keep the lies straight? You didn't tell your hired muscle here what a great friends we were? So great, in fact, that you trusted none other than me and mine to put the scare into your competition. A job we were happy to do. You can't find your fortune in this fair city, without stepping over a few bodies on the way, after all. But as flexible as our morals are, I'm afraid without the coin to bend them, we only have one recourse. Unless... One does wonder how you found yourself with a bodyguard of such uncommon metal. Aye, not an ounce of fear in that gaze, and not a mote of puffed-up arrogance either. And this last, my dear Giulio, she is the genuine article. She has what we in the mercenary called the killer instinct. How's this? For the sake of our long-standing friendship, I'll make it simple. Allow me to take this adventurer off your hands, and the debt is forgiven. What? That's all? I believe this is what them in your trade call a bargain. As for you, adventurer, it seems you've been made a free agent. But if you're still inclined to put those instincts of yours to use, come and visit our headquarters in Pearl Lane. The door's open. Alright, we still have no one here, and Pearl Lane is right over there. Okay. So let's head over there. The boss told me you'd be along. Come in. Actually, that's a guy. The boss told me you'd be along. Come in. Boss, the guest of honor has arrived. Alright, so let's give her a bit of an older voice overall. Ah, the champion of Eorzea deigns to appear before me. No, not quite that. I've heard all about you. It's hard not to in this line of work. The stories paint you as a ferocity incarnate, a force of nature few have survived. Peace, friend. I've no desire to put the killer to the proof personally. I don't have a death wish. You can call me Drasilia. I'm a Reaper, one of many, and the leader of this little family here. As to why I invited you into our home, there's a job I'd like you to take care of for me. Depends on the job. And now, don't you worry that virtuous heart of yours, eh? I wouldn't ask you to do so much as bend the law. The job is purely for the benefit of your fellow man. All you have to do is kill one for me. Though perhaps kill ain't the right word, seeing as he's already dead. You'd not be chasing after ghosts either, if that's what you worry. If that's your worry. Just avoid scent, using some poor sap's body as a vessel to unleash its singular brand of wickedness upon the world. It won't be an easy task. The evil drive in this monster is black as the void and near as deep. Countless souls have succumbed to its hunger. Worthy prey for one inclined to heroics, don't you think? You can't face it as you are, though. Storied as your strength may be, I'll need to train you in the techniques that'll let you pierce the void and slaughter its kin. Keep talking. Oh. Don't see many Garleans, do you? Let alone one as savage as this. No surprises yet. Hold out your hand to the crystal here, and if you've meddled stuff, I think then you're in for a treat. Of course, it starts in the middle of a cutscene. That's it. I knew you had what it takes. This to be an avatar, a manifestation of your essence and the stagnant power of the void scent on the other side. A void scent to which, if you so choose, you will bind to yourself. You'll gain skills unlike anything you've ever known. Skills that'll allow people like me, or that have allowed people like me to operate in the shadows and kill those that need killing since time immemorial. And your first assignment, should you walk this path, is to use those powers of one voidsent against another for the betterment of the realm. Your reward will be the wisdom of countless generations of Garlean assassins. But if siding with my kind makes your stomach turn, if the thought of having... Okay, I can't get that fast. And if you're concerned with sanctity, virtue... However, if you've none of the aforementioned objections, and you don't mind walking the knife's edge twixt life and death, then you'll have the tools to see your justice done, and done right every time. This is the choice you must make, and soon. Every moment our quarry stalks the land is another opportunity for it to do harm. Honestly, it shouldn't let you start a cutscene if that's going to be the... I take it you've come to a decision, am I right? There'll be no turning away once you've chosen, mind you. You'll dance with death and return as its envoy, or you won't return at all. So, what'll it be? I'll not suffer the voidsent to threaten the innocent. I will dance. Very good. Then let's not waste time. Take up this crystal and attest to both worlds that you walk as a reaper. Bind yourself to the voidsent and claim the strength that weak of heart shun. Through the avatar at your side, does the voidsent bring its power to bear? Or through the avatar at your side, does the voidsent bring its power to bear, feeding upon the souls of the fiends that you cut down in return? Not a bad arrangement, eh? But I'm sure you tire of words. Here, the traditional weapon of our order. Let's see how it looks strapped to your back. Right, and we get the Reaper a job. And we'll go ahead and reassign for that duty I messed up with. I missed the opportunity to join in, and now I have to wait for another to present itself. Okay, this time I'm on top of it. Alright, 1 DPS is delayed. Okay, there we go. Singularity reactor.
Brothers, the time has come to call upon the true power of the Hevensward.
me if you will, warrior of light. I care not. All who stand against me will be destroyed, be they servants of the darkness or the light. By my blessing shall all men be sanctified, and an endless era of peace begin. Vice and conflict shall cease to be. You reject my divinity, yet what have you to offer my people in its stead? Bitter truth? Virtuous suffering? No matter. If you believe your cause just, I call upon you to defend it with your life.
All right. Here we go. I don't feel good about these. Alright, Theoden is about half. Things are going to get interesting soon. Not only healer, so worry too much. And the other healer, it seems, is it right mage? Okay. Keep away from that person. Alright, I think we're doing pretty good here. We have a Gunblade and I think a Dark Knight as our tanks. We have quite a wide variety of DPS as well. I think Dancer, Black Mage, Guard, and... what is that last one? Okay. There we go! Whoever remains, I'll give the commendation to one of them. This puts us at about an hour and a half in.
How can this be? A millennium of prayer and the eye's power combined, and still you stand. Who? What are you?
Alright. No one stayed. Okay, they just bolted. Level is no longer synced.
It is over then. I had hoped that mine would be the hand to end it. But knowing you, there was little chance of that. It would seem the Eye has served you well. Its twin. At long last.
Estenian, do not get consumed with power.
All that remains is to take them beyond the reach of man and dragon both. With this task accomplished, my toil shall finally be at an end.
Good choice. What the... Thou hast done well to resist mine influence, bathed in my power and blood as thou wert. Alas, in thine anticipation of comfort, thou hast lowered thy guard. Thy keening of my fallen kin, their smoldering desire for vengeance. Mine eyes have partaked of 1,000 years of pain, a pain which I shall bestow upon thee. Drink deep of my rage, mortal, and become me. Estenian? No. Estinian has become Nidhogg.
Nidhogg, my child.
Nidhogg.
What hath thy fury made of thee? Let us away, servant of Hydaelyn.
Iceheart and Estinian, both consumed by the power they wielded and destroyed, it would seem.
Chief! Over there! Oi! Haha! God damn it, you always have to cut it so bloody close.
It would seem she has done it again.
No, 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 not skip cutscene.
Was there ever any doubt? Let us return to Ishgard. Our friends will be eager to learn the battle's outcome and welcome back their champion.
Why can game companies not just use the same controller layout? Why can't they cooperate on this?
Where is Estinian?
After this cutscene, I'm going to take a quick bio break. Then I will equip Reaper and test it out in a instance dungeon.
I dare say you are the first soul in Ishgardian history to arrive in our city upon Dragonback. This scene shall be remembered for 1,000 years to come.
As we had feared, the Archbishop summoned the soul of King Thordan to himself, and thence became a primal.
But he and his knights are no more, thanks to the Warrior of Light.
Your struggles are not yet over, mortals.
Whom do I have the pleasure?
I am Midgard Sommer. I have journeyed with Hydaelyn's champion and observed her deeds in the conflict between man and dragon. Tell me, children of Thordan, do you desire peace?
My people have committed unspeakable atrocities against dragonkind, even against our own. Would that we could undo these wrongs, but we cannot. Be that as it may, the future yet presents a chance to begin anew. Our nation has broken free of the shackles of a false faith, and Nidhogg shall lead his kindred against us no more. I doubt not that it will require much effort and perseverance, but 'tis my belief that in time, Ishgard will again become a place where man and dragon may abide together in harmony.
I shall remember thy words.
About Nidhogg.
Yet be warned, Nidhogg's soul liveth on. His unbridled rage hath claimed for its vessel the one thou callest the Azure Dragoon.
Estinian.
Doubt not but that Nidhogg will call out to his brood ere long, nor that they shall answer him. Steel yourselves, for the true test is yet to come.
Come what may, we will never cease to believe. Upon the souls of they who have sacrificed themselves to pave the way for peace, we will never abandon our cause.
1,000-year war cannot be ended in a day. It may take generations. What thou dost begin, thy children must continue. Entrust unto them thy hopes and dreams, that peace may reign again, and forevermore.
Okay, while this is going, I'm going to quickly take a moment and take a bio break.
Let all here present attest that Sir Emmerich, acting on behalf of the Archbishop, has appended his signature. I do hereby declare that from this day forth, the Holy See of Ishgard shall once more be counted a member of the Eorzean Alliance. Let our nations move forward as one and stand united against the Garlean Empire.
For the future of Eorzea.
For the future of Eorzea!
There you are. A noble monument to a noble soul.
I am back. Sorry about that.
From here, Lord Orshafon can watch over all of Ishgard.
Our departed friend. A hero, through and through.
It has been a long and arduous journey, and we have lost much and more along the way. Yet come what may, We must stay true to our purpose and press on.
That's right, you two. It's high time we got back to rebuilding the Scions. Which means we're going to need money! And lots of it!
Note that Isola is consuming her life force to be able to quote-unquote see via ether.
So ends a glorious chapter in their tale. However, tumultuous days yet lie ahead for Ishgard. After 1,000 years under the yoke of the Church, the people take their first tentative steps into the unknown. And though they spy a glimmer of peace upon the horizon, Nidhogg's vengeful shadow yet remains to darken the way. Be that as it may, so long as the young commander of the Temple Knights and his heroic companions are there to guide them, the people may hold fast to hope. The hope that one day true peace will return to Ishgard, and that man and dragon may live in harmony once more. Let the deeds writ herein never be forgot, that they may inspire generations yet unborn to strive ever heavensward.
Children of the land, do you hear echoes of truths that once rang clear? Two souls intertwined, one true love they did find, bringing land and heavens near. But flames that burned full bright soon fell dark. Memories dimmed by shadowed hearts. In the waxing gloom did wane the lover's moon, watching as their worlds drift apart. One soul's cry, a passion welling sacrifice, a bind of plea to her kin. Yet this bond of hope by treachery was broke.
And here are the credits for Hevensward.
song, and death an afterthought to those who fight for naught. Alone, lying empty.
A simple recap of everything we've gone through and possibly getting muted by copyright. Estinian, his fate now unknown. Oh, this has been a wonderful, wonderful.
Why must you turn to empty bliss? Tell me why break trust? Why turn the past to dust? Seeking solace in the abyss. Tell me why create a circle none can break? Why must you let go the life you were bestowed? This I fear I'll never know.
All right. This has been an excellent, excellent expansion. I hear the later ones are not so good, but I did enjoy this one, and I will continue to play through this game to try and reach as far into it as I can. This is for the story. And I hope the quality of the story continues to hold true. But another Ascian has been completely destroyed, while La Habrea has been assumed to be destroyed, consumed by the sword of King Theoden, summoned by the Archbishop. All right. What lies ahead of us? And let's try speeding this up. Actually, you know what? These guys are all awesome, but I have to do it, don't I? I have to skip the credits.
so La Habrea and Igaeorm have fallen. Bested by mortals in their attempt to initiate the Eighth rejoining. That they should be so complacent. And now it falls to me to deal with the consequences. Without intervention, the balance between light and darkness will begin to shift, placing our mission in jeopardy. Hydaelyn's champion has grown too strong. Her might encroaches upon the realm of gods. Equilibrium must needs be restored. The time has come for you and yours to join the fray. Warrior of Darkness.
Interesting. A Warrior of Darkness. This actually came to be a factor in Final Fantasy III, if you recall my playthrough of that. In fact, I'll link that playlist in at the end of this one. Well, the playlist of the entire series, at least. And we're at the Goblin City making friends, chatting it out.
Remind me, why is there no rest for the righteous?
Because they care, Master Garland.
Oh, what's this? What's this? No. Is that something that was summoned? Is that what I think it is? I don't know. Did the goblins summon Alexander?
Of all the things they could have picked to play with, that's not a toy, you bloody fools, it's a primal!
Oh. Whoa. Holy crap, that is Alexander. Goblins just summoned Alexander. Okay. Spires of deception crumbling to dust to lay bare truths long concealed. Beyond shimmering shadow lieth shimmering light. After long years of entanglement, or estrangement, Ishgard rejoins her sister nations in the Alliance. Words cannot express my joy. None of this would have been possible without you, my friend. Change is coming to Eorzea, though it will inevitably bring with it a measure of upheaval. With hard work, peace and prosperity are sure to follow. And yet, even as we look forward to the coming of a new age, we must needs be wary of old threats. The lords of Garlemald have not relinquished their claim upon Eorzea, and we shall be forced to contend with them again ere long. And then there's the matter of our comrade Estinian, claimed body and soul by Nidhogg. If there is a way to rescue him, we must find it. Suffice to say, the path ahead holds no shortage of challenges, but together we shall overcome them. And we've completed Hevensward and gotten the achievement for it. Let's go ahead and hang on. I'm gonna switch to chatting real quick, just in case this causes me to unequip all of my gear. Okay, so go back to scene. What we're doing right now is we are acquiring. Oh, Gale Kitten we already have. We have to discard that. Alright, and this is the Reaper equipment. Alright, we have a soul gauge. The soul gauge can be filled via the execution of certain weapon skills or by defeating enemies afflicted with death design. With sufficient souls stored in the gauge, you can execute actions such as Bloodstock, Grim Swath, Gluttony. You can view the job gauge description at any time from Actions and Traits menu. Okay. And this also starts at level 70, so with that noted, let's go ahead and go to Astrologian. Level 53. Not one we can currently... So level 65 with this is our lowest healer that can complete some quests. So, an uncertain future begins as the next chapter of Eorzea, of the entire world in fact, of Final Fantasy XIV begins to unfold. Let's dive right in. Fortuitous timing as always, Kiara. Tataru was about to brief me on the search for our missing comrades. Would you be so kind, then? Absolutely. You'll be pleased to hear that Ryol and his men have been making excellent progress. You remember how Flemen helped me to escape the Crystal Braves in Limsa, only to then disappear? Well, according to Ryol, she crept aboard a ship bound for Radz-ad-Han, where she's been hiding ever since. He assures me that it won't be long before we're reunited. As for Ida and Paplamio, the remains of their link pearls have been found at Pearl Lane, of all places. Ryol thinks they must have disposed of them after escaping from the Royal Promenade. Yes, that would make sense. They could not risk being eavesdropped upon by our betrayers. We're all but certain they fled the city shortly after, though we still don't have a clue where they went. I see. And what of Thancred and Minfilia? I'm afraid I have nothing new to share about those two. But it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is we've enlisted the services of a Charlian scholar, one of the students of Baldician, to aid in the search, who should be arriving any day now. One of the students, you say? I should very much like to meet this scholar, if time permits. But first we must attend to our more pressing matter. Sir Emmerich has summoned the two of us for a private audience. The messenger did not specify what he wished to discuss, only that it was urgent. Assuming you have no objections, Kara, I suggest we proceed to the congregation forthwith. And mayhap we can meet the scholar afterwards. Agreed? In that case, I think I'll return to the Forgotten Knight for now. Things are liable to fall apart if I'm gone too long, you know. All right. Oddly enough, the Forgotten Knight is right beside where we need to go anyway. A so-called God King has been felled. The Lord Commander is within. Pray, proceed, miss.
Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
We quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities. I should stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely. Quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop. But in light of recent events, that would not seem appropriate.
I confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
I too had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited. Mayhap I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence? After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed. The time for deception has passed. I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number question our methods.
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
That's not good.
It has already begun, and that on both sides. Men and women of the cloth are being harassed in the streets. Some have even been assaulted in the Broom. Hilda and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order. But such measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
For all our talk of peace, the people remain frightened and confused. For their sake, we must bring the Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
And we should be glad to help you, Sir Emmerich. But what precisely would you have us do?
We wish to treat with the dragons of Annex Shrine. To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
Annex Shrine? You would speak with Vidofnir then?
Vidofnir is a reasonable dragon.
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard. Were she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter. But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor?
Yeah. If Iceheart was here, I would definitely want to team up with her.
Thank you, my friends. Lucia, I leave the rest to you.
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core. For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers. What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers? And what then for those whom they defamed but to hope on, to have faith in a brighter tomorrow? A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the heavens. Yet while we dared to hope, deep within his lair the enemy lay, gathering his strength. Nidhogg, now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph. As desperately as we sought the solace of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war. Nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
All right, here we have it. Nidhogg is not alone in desiring more. What lays ahead? I know little of the lands of these dragons, or that these dragons call home. This Annex Shrine, had you not agreed to escort me, the coming journey would seem a far more daunting prospect. I confess, I myself once shuddered at the thought of it. Yet, the longest journey begins with the first step, does it not? But ere we set forth, Kira, I must needs inform our comrades of our plans. Very well. I shall see to my preparations. Then let us bid farewell to Tataru, Kira. Alright. Tataru awaits. Not far from our current location, in fact. So, what was your secret meeting all about? I'm all ears. A diplomatic mission to annex Shrine, you say? Well, I suppose that does take precedence. But should your meeting with Voldofnir happen to end early, you might consider rendezvousing with Sistola and in Idleshire. She'll be there to receive our guest. Don't get me wrong, your meeting with the dragons is terribly important, and everything but this scholar just happens to be... time permitting, as I said. Shall we endeavor to join Istola? But if we cannot, pray pass on our regards. Let us be off, Kiara. We have kept the first commander waiting long enough. I'm starting to get a feeling about this scholar. They're going to be an important figure one way or another, but have we met them already? You're ready then. Good. So am I. Alright, we have to pick something. A food. Almond cream croissant is fine, I guess. I don't even know what it does. I only use food for the experience boost. During boss fights. Oh, you got a little box. You got a little box from my pan. Oh, you want to play tug of war. Path is long, but known to us. From Falcon's Nest, we shall cross the western highlands to make for Tailfeather in the Dravian Forelands. There, we can stop to rest and replenish our supplies. Questions? If not, then the stables wait. We do have things we need to repair, yes. Controller batteries are low. We're almost done though, so having it plugged in was fine for now. Once we get to Tailfeather, I'll just repair everything. Falcon's Nest. And we might also take a Chocobo to Tailfeather. It gives us time to just have me yap for a bit, and time to listen to the Chocobo song. Alright. Arm mender should be over here. Yep. Independent mender and independent merchant, but we're just interested in the mender here. All right. All right. Hire a porter. Tail feather for 130 gil. 130 is not bad, considering teleporting on the same map is 100 gil. Hi, Bubbers. Hi, Bubbers. My marker wants attention. My marker wants attention. Yawny baby. My little bubby does just wants the attention. Yes, I give with sketches. Hi, Marco. Why are you licking my hand like this? What is so tasty about my hand? Huh? What is so tasty about my hand? You just want to say you love me? Yeah. That is my hand. Yes, that is my hand. You can step over this. You've done it before. Yeah, there you go. Test? Okay, I am sorry if that was way too loud. Marco's back paw caught against the microphone cord and brought it tumbling down. It's okay though, because he's a good boy. He's a good boy and he is not in trouble in any way, shape, or form. There we go. And our friends are right over here. As I give my dog some more attention. He is very needy right now. I always imagined that the first time I set foot upon Dravian soil would be at the head of an army. And here I am, ready to treat with the brothers and sisters of mine enemies. Full well do I know how difficult it can be to set aside the past. Though it was I who first proposed recruiting Estelle to our cause, I questioned the wisdom of my words almost as soon as I had uttered them. And for a long time after that, here was a woman with the blood of innocence on her hands, men, women, children, all slain in the name of the implacable Lady Iceheart. Yet she acknowledged her misdeeds and agreed to join us in common cause. At our side, she fought in service to that greater good, even unto her dying breath. And while it does not absolve her of her sins, I hope that one day she will be remembered not merely as a heretic, but as a misguided soul who dreamt of peace. You ask much, Master Elphanot, yet who can say what might come to pass should our negotiations bear fruit? Yes, of course. We must press on to Onyx Shrine. If you will follow me. will this actually lead us to Enix Shrine via Chocobo Porter? It will for 120 gil. Off we go! Chocobo! Alright, I'm going to retitle the VOD as Hevensward and Don't Fear the Reaper. Because that seems fun. What's our random mount? A behemoth! Let's meet some dragons on the back of a behemoth. Alright, up we go. Alright. Voldofnir. Thou art ever welcome here, friend of Estelle. But this one I do not know. Pray forgive us this unannounced visit, Voldofnir. May I present to you Lucia, first commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, and our trusted friend. It is an honor to meet you, Vidofnir. I am come as an envoy of Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights and acting leader of the Holy See. Indeed, you may speak, knight. For 1,000 years, man and dragon have been locked in an endless cycle of bloodshed and sorrow. To our shame, we have long believed your kin the architects of this war, but now we know the truth, that King Theoden and his Knights 12 did willfully betray and murder the great worm Ratoskr, shattering the peace between our peoples. For 1,000 years, our leaders conspired to conceal this truth, a truth which was at last laid bare by the Warrior of Light, the Azure Dragoon, and Estelle. Alas, a deception so intricately wrought cannot be undone in a moment, and our people labor to accept the truth. After an eternity of war, who would dare dream that peace could be at last within our grasp? Yet dream we must, as Estelle once did. And we must make that dream a reality, as she could not. We humbly beseech you, Vidofnir, join hands with us in friendship once more, before the eyes of my people in Ishgard. A most unexpected invitation. I have heard your request, knight. However, I cannot yet give you mine answer. May I ask why? This matter concerneth my sire. He needs be consulted. He must needs be consulted, even. Moreover, the Nath grow bold even as they did before. And I would not leave my people at the mercy of the swarm. Then we will wait. After 1,000 years of war, we shall not give up on peace for want of patience. Ha! Fear not, knight. Thou shalt have my answer within thy lifetime. So soon. My humble thanks. I shall bear your words to my lord forthwith, until we meet again. All right. Now Elfinaud has something to say. Given the circumstance, I would say that went rather well. To be frank, I am surprised our proposal was not rejected outright. Whether aught will come of it remains to be seen, however. Mayhap I should take this opportunity to speak with some of the other dragons, but you need not wait for me. The return journey holds no fear for me now. Well, if you have no further need of our services, we shall continue on to Charlian. We hope to welcome a scholar who has agreed to aid us in the search for our missing comrades. Then I pray your journey is as swift and uneventful as ours was, and thank you again for sparing the time to assist us, even when such grave matters remain unresolved. I can think of no greater matter than 1,000-year war, one which our friends gave their lives to see ended. Suffice to say, I would willingly make 1,000 such journeys to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. Of that I have no doubt, Master Elfinaud. I only hope the fates will not hold you to your word. And Elfinaud has something to say. Another time, another place. So it would seem that we have time to greet this scholar after all. How delightful. I shall be interested to hear how she means to go about finding Nymphilia, Thancred. I can only assume she is privy to some new investigative technique. In any event, our first order of business is to rendezvous with Isola in Idleshire, where something has undoubtedly happened and is very much going to be a problem. Alright, now there are two possibilities for this. One, we can take a chocobo straight to Idleshire. Two, we have to fly there. Both of which are manageable options. The stone appears to be a large horn, a higher chocobo. Okay, so it is here. So it's south and east. The west. South and west. Alright, this should get us there in no time at all. Huh. Is this a need for going through this gate instead of over it? It is. All right. Okay. We're on our way to Idleshire, the Goblin City! Goblin Nation, even. I am so excited. I approve of a Goblin City, a Goblin Nation, all of it. They deserve to take over those ruins. Here we are, Idleshire! Idleshire! We can't fly, but Idleshire! No ether currents, we cannot fly, but Idleshire, and we can mount. We can use mount. This is good as well. Istola! Ah, Kira. 'Tis good to see you. I confess. I had assumed your business in Annex Shrine would detain you longer. Did your meeting with Vidofnir go well? As well as can be expected. She must discuss her Sir Emmerich's proposal with her Svalgar, of course, but she seemed amiable to the suggestion. What of our Charlene guest? Has she arrived yet? She has, but when I explained that you would be joining us, she asked if she might use the intervening time to explore. I agreed to meet her outside on Front Bridge. We should be on our way. Hi, Marco. Is this going to be voiced?
I'm terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
Yes, it is.
You need not apologize. We arrived but a moment ago ourselves.
Highly powerful White Mage variant.
Pray, allow me to introduce Kral, who has recently come from the Sharlayan motherland. She has generously offered to assist us.
Oh, please, think nothing of it. A trip to Eorzea was long overdue.
Okay, my dog is very much excited about something. I have to go check on what it is. Hang on. Oh, cat. Okay. We're not going to go get the kitty. Yeah, you're trying to get the kitty. You're trying there. Okay. There was a cat out in the yard, and Marco thinks it's going to be a friend. Problem is, he doesn't know his own shit, and I do not want to skip.
You must be the Warrior of Light. Yes, you certainly do look the part. A pleasure to meet you at last, miss. And who is that I spy but young Alpha No Levieux himself? I dare say someone's grown an ilm or two in my absence. Or are those lifts in your boots?
We, Miss Krile and I met at the Studium years ago. I shall forever be indebted to her for her sage guidance.
It was no small task keeping him out of trouble, believe you me. The youngest ever to enter the Studium, him and his sister, 11-year-old prodigies. Suffice it to say, social graces were not among his list of talents. Striding up to his seniors on his first day, head held high. What was it he said again?
Thank you, Krile.
Please tell us, please tell us.
For what? I haven't finished yet. Would you care to attempt a more dexterous deflection?
Mayhap we should save this delightful conversation for a more fitting occasion, when pressing matters do not demand our undivided attention.
A bit much, but better. I can tell you have been putting your skills to use here in Eorzea. Henceforth, I trust you will dazzle me with your eloquence at the first time of asking. Right, on to more pressing matters. Finding Minfilia and the other missing scions.
I gather you have new information to share with us.
A new approach, actually. Tataru recounted the tale of your escape, and it gave me an idea. Simply put, assuming Thancred left some manner of trail when you whisked him away, as is almost always the case with teleportation magics, I am confident I can find and follow it.
Then what are you waiting for?
The wherewithal to do it. The fact is, my abilities aren't quite up to the task. Not in themselves, anyway. If I had Master Matoya's crystal eye, on the other hand...
The crystal eye! The witch, the cave, the crystal eye, all part of Final Fantasy I, in fact.
Then let us all call on her forthwith. I think it best that you explain your plan to her in person.
All right. This is how you fly. This, let's take a moment to look. This is the mount acquired from the Halloween event. All Saints Wake. We have a Trickster's Treat and a Trickster's Trick. Two illusionary abilities that delight me. I love Halloween. It even comes with its own music, you'll notice. You did say we were headed for a cave, did you not? Because I certainly don't see a cave nearby. Is Master Matoya meeting us on the way or something? I have heard many stories of Master Matoya. Some quite flattering, others less so. Rest assured, they are all true. The way, or this way, and have a care where you tread. Illusions.
Oh, is that trouble I smell? Or did you forget to wipe your boots on the way in?
Forgive us, Master Matoya. We will be sure to wipe them on the way out. And may I say how glad I am that age has not yet deprived you of your senses.
Ever so quick-witted, aren't we? To the detriment of your manners. Well, out with it then. What do you want?
Pray, allow me to introduce myself, Master Matoya. I am Cryle, of the students of Baldessian. I hope you will excuse our unannounced visit.
Baldessian, you say? Ah, yes. The old coot set up shop on the Isle of Val, didn't he?
Regrettably, our order's headquarters and the isle itself were obliterated by a magic of immense power. I have the blessing of light to thank for my own preservation.
Cryle, you too possess the Echo.
Well, yes, of course I do. Our order is devoted to uncovering the mysteries of Hydaelyn and interpreting her will, particularly through the study of her gift to us. It was in the course of these studies that I met and subsequently befriended Minfilia. She and I have rather a lot in common.
I had no idea.
You weren't supposed to. Not that I wanted to deceive you, you understand, but precautions had to be taken.
Understandable.
Yes, yes, that's all well and good, but you still haven't told me why you're here.
The students of Baldessian are gone, and there is naught I can do to change that. But the signs of the Seventh Dawn can yet be restored, and my dear friend found. You have in your possession an ancient crystal of light, one you call your crystal eye. I believe I can use it to focus my abilities and locate one of the missing scions.
And there I was, thinking you might want to make use of my years of experience. Oh, wait here.
Well, I mean, we could use help in finding them as well. Do you want to join us?
I ponder the nature of this crystal and its familiar radiance. But never did I suspect it was a crystal of light.
On the cusp of an umbral calamity, souls blessed with the power of the Echo invariably appear. To aid these, her chosen warriors, Hydaelyn bequeaths to each a slither of her strength in the form of a crystal of light. But as her strength wanes, so too does the potency of her gifts. This crystal, born of an earlier era, is infused with a power far greater than those of this age.
You could travel the length and breadth of the land and not find a crystal even a fraction as pure. Its value is beyond measure, as are the risks inherent in its use.
No two manifestations of the Echo are alike. I, for example, can converse with beings of every shape and size, excepting beasts, contrary to what others would have you believe. Language has nothing to do with it, of course. Rather, I am sensitive to the whispers of the soul. Their intent, their very essence even, the traces of which serve to guide the elementals to Y'shtola.
I see.
Far-fetched though it may sound, I believe that with your crystal eye, I may be able to pick up where they left off and follow the remaining trail to Thancred. That is, if I have your permission.
Well, the poor sod's not going to find himself. So, as long as you don't drop it or take it out of my sight, you may do with it what you will.
Thank you, Master Matoya. Then let us begin. From the Black Shroud, the trail continues to the north and west, towards a mountain, the foot of Som Al. It was a near thing, but he was not deposited within the rock, I think.
The hunters of Tailfeather know those lands well. I say we begin our search there.
Okay. Black Mage Chocobo! We are very much fastly approaching Halloween, and I'm not sure what I want to do. I want to do something for it, honestly, because I love Halloween so much. There is a new addition that was not there the last time we were here. And higher triple gold quarter to tail feather for 150 gil. We're going to end it once we finish up this quest. Or with this portion of the quest anyway. Wonderful location all told. And I will be trying to get some more gil, honestly. Maybe some dungeon grinding and some selling of gear. That might be a good way to go about it. Yeah. But all told, this is the best time of the year. The leaves are turning colors. The wind is nice and cooled. And the days are just starting to get shorter. Or are getting shorter and shorter, really, as equinox approaches. Were I to find myself in an unfamiliar wilderness, my first instinct would be to seek out signs of civilization. Ordinarily, perhaps, but in his wounded state, he may not have wished to risk contact with strangers of unknown allegiance. Yet, even had Thancred chosen to remain in the forest, the hunters would surely have stumbled across his trail. Tailfeather doesn't strike me as an isolated outpost, though. Merchants and traders pass through reasonably regularly, do they not? In which case, we'll need to provide a more detailed description when we question the locals. Fear not. Priel, I have already prepared several sketches of Thancred for that very purpose. This is impressive. You drew him from memory? A skill I acquired some years ago and for reasons I no longer remember. I propose we split into two pairs. Istola and I will inquire at the outlying encampments, while Kiara and Kriel question the residents of Tailfeather. Afterwards, we shall regroup near Loth Astvath and share our findings. Assuming there are no objections, let us be about it. My, he certainly has matured, hasn't he? I do imagine he was once a boy who practiced drawing for hours to impress young ladies. Anyway, we had best get started. Find me when you've finished making your rounds. Searching for a friend of yours? Let's have a look then. Ain't seen him around. Sorry. Alright, we'll do quick questioning in the town, not leaving it. I do have things to do after stream, so this is going to be very quick. What's that you've got there? A sketch? Can't say I know the face. You say someone, something of a warrior. I heard a tale the other day about a Hylian vagabond who brought down a Bandersnatch by himself, and with style. The way they tell it, he was dancing with the beast like he was the belle of the bleeding ball. Does it sound like your man? Yeah, that sounds like Thancred, all right. Okay. Grimold, you're the last one we need to talk to. Harleyan man, or not exactly rare, you know. Could you be more specific, words? Words are weird. I did spy this one bloke a while back. Didn't get a good look at his face, but it could have been him. This was beyond the forest, as I recall, along the river to the west of Tailfeather. I remember thinking he wasn't much of a hunter. The lad was making no effort to cover his tracks, see? That, and he was carrying an axe instead of a bow. That doesn't sound like him. So there are two Hylians around. Not an impossibility. Finished? In that case, I think we've learned everything we can here. Let's see what the others found out. But before that, that's going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed your stay. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, make sure to drop a follow and hit the bell for notifications here on Twitch. If you're watching this as a VOD on YouTube, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe down below. Hit that bell for notifications. And no matter which platform you're on, make sure to check out my Discord. I don't have a command for it yet. But, like I said, I will be streaming again Monday, but go ahead and check out my channel here in the middle if you're on YouTube. If there's too much there and you don't know where to start, over here on the right is me playing the entire Final Fantasy series in numerical order. Numerical being specific because it is only the numbers. As I had said previously, I was going to put that there. If my stuff wasn't for you, but you stuck around anyway, you're awesome. Thank you. And over here on the right is a video YouTube thinks you will like. Now, as my dog says, it's time for me to go. Marco, do you have anything you want to tell everyone? Apparently not. Okay. Well, have a good time, a good day, whatever, whenever you're, wherever, whoever, and whyever you're up to it, with, and all that. I messed that one up. Anyway, have a good one, everyone. Take care. Bye!